In this tutorial for Team Yankee, I'm going to talk about another movement order, and that movement order is called dig in. And it's on page 35 right here. And of course, if you have your division card, you go on the back and here's dig in, the highlights of it. I will also say that per turn, each unit can only do one of these. So if this unit decides to dig in, they cannot have done or cannot do any of these this turn. And next turn, they could decide to do the same one or a different one. So let's see what dig in is. So to explain dig in, I'm going to set up an example here. So we've got some woods here, and we got some infantry. And this infantry's been heading towards the objective to try to capture it. So they're heading up here. On the other side of the woods are some shilkas. We're going to pretend like they're enemies against each other, okay, for this example. And they can try to make it in the woods. They probably can't make it, but they can try to make it in the woods. Let's pretend they possibly could. What's going to happen is they're going to have to dash over there. It means they're not going to be able to shoot, not going to be able to assault and all that, and they're just going to get, these guys are going to get 24 shots at them in the woods. Not a very good scenario. Because if they fail their save, they're dead. They're going to be moved off the table. So if they can make them move, well, now they're only going to get 16 shots on these guys. Well, they're going to have to move to shoot these guys anyway. They're out in the open, same situation, less dice, but if they fail, they're taken off the table. So what they can do is, instead of moving, they can try to do dig in, which is basically create foxholes. And what you do is, instead of moving, you just look at your skill. It's a skill check. Say 5+. 5+, they get a dig in. So this one, oh, it's cocked. There we go. Oh, they dug in. Nope, didn't make it. Didn't make it. Didn't make it. This is the only one. No, you don't do that. What you do is, it's just one check. So we're going to just roll one die for the whole unit, succeed or fail, and they failed. Let's say, I'm going to try one more time. Okay, so here we go. If you succeed, put a foxhole marker on them. And this only applies to infantry. They cannot dig in. Tanks cannot dig in. Aircraft, of course, cannot dig in. Only infantry teams can dig in. Now, they succeeded. So what happens? They are now in what's called bulletproof cover. And I'll get to how that applies to the shooting when we get to it. Basically, they're down in their foxholes. So they're in bulletproof cover for game purposes. If they shoot, so they can still shoot, they get their halted, moving rate of fire. So if they have a dash, they can't shoot. A dash rate of fire under moving, they can't shoot. They cannot do any artillery bombardments. Maybe they have some mortars or something. They can't do that. Now, if they don't shoot and they don't assault, they are also gone to ground. And I'll get to how that applies here for this. Now, if they fail, they still have to shoot at their moving rate of fire. They're not concealed. They are technically gone to ground, but that's not going to help. The only way gone to ground helps is if you are concealed. First, you have to be concealed. That gives it 1 harder to hit you. If you're concealed and gone to ground, it's 2 harder to hit you. If you're just gone to ground, nothing. So you have to have both of those to let gone to ground apply to you. All right, so they dug in. They got their foxholes. They aren't going to shoot anything they want, gone to ground. These guys get to move around. Let's say they just make it to here. They get to move like 10 inches. Oh, I'm going to move them up where they're in the screen. How about that? There we go. We'll just pretend like this is as far as they got. They're going to get to shoot at these guys. Now, normally, it would be 3s to hit these guys. But they are in foxholes. So that's 1 harder to hit them. They're now at 4s. They didn't shoot. They didn't assault. They're gone to ground also. So now, These are looking at 5s hit them, and they have 16 dice instead of 24. So I don't know if I've ever done 16 dice in this dice tower, but we'll see. Oh, well, it kind of did. All right, so let me pull out the hits, needing 5s. Now what I want to do is, if they were in the open, let me pull out this was 1. That's 1. Okay, so these hit. If they were in the open, they would also taken 5 more hits. Those are gone. These are gone. All right. So just kind of allocate these out. Let's just do this. Oh, they each take 2. All right, so they each get 2. Now they got to do their 3+ save. Uh-oh, failed both. So what does that mean? Normally it would be take them off, but they're in bulletproof cover. They have to do a firepower test to take these guys out. And the firepower test is a 5+. So even though they failed their save, because they're in bulletproof cover, these guys have to get them. It's like taking out the tanks. They've got armor. So let's see, 5+. Yeah, it's gone. All right, let's see how this one does. Oh, wow. Failed both, 5+. Yep. Wow, does the bullet, you know what? My example here is not looking too great. Okay, they made those. And failed that one. Now, let's see. He lived. Now, he would have died otherwise, so he still lives. 2 guys. Looks like we may have a morale check here. They are definitely pinned down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they are pinned down also. So they're going to be taking a morale check. They are pinned down. So I'll put that marker on them. So that's how dig in works. It gives them concealment, gets them in bulletproof cover. They shoot at their halted rate of fire. If they don't move, or if they don't shoot and don't assault, they're also gone to ground, makes them too harder to hit. Being in bulletproof cover, they have to do their firepower test to actually take them out if they fail their save. And remember, only infantry can do this. And that is dig in. If you like this video or any others I've done, go ahead and subscribe and share with other people. And as always, have a good game.